There is a version of running a business where every decision feels heavy. You spend days over-explaining your services, fixing problems that should never have happened, and dealing with constant friction just to move a single project forward. The common assumption is that this exhaustion is a normal phase of growth. People tell themselves they just need more experience, or that injecting a higher volume of leads into their pipeline will eventually smooth things out. The actual root cause of this operational drag is an absence of foundational clarity. When your message is vague, every subsequent step in your business requires excess energy to execute. Over the next 5 minutes, we are going to audit your current business friction and forge a strict, streamlined messaging framework to replace it. To start, you need a pen, a notepad, and a mental list of your 5 most recent client engagements. Fixing this is critical, because adding higher lead volume to an unclear business model does not scale your success. It mathematically scales your exhaustion. Think about the last 5 people who paid you. Do not pick your 5 favorite clients. Select the 5 most recent. We are going to evaluate those recent interactions using this diagnostic checklist called the Clarity Test. Question 1. Did you have to over-explain what you actually do before they understood the value? Question 2. Did the client require more hand-holding and reassurance than you initially anticipated? And question 3. Did completing their project take significantly more energy than it should have? If you answered yes to more than one of those questions, you are not dealing with a string of isolated bad clients. You are dealing with a systemic messaging failure. Before we construct the fix, we need to map the exact mechanism of how this messaging failure drains your energy. This flowchart tracks the sequence. It begins with an unclear message. That ambiguity inevitably attracts a demographic that is a poor operational fit for your services. Because they are a poor fit, they trigger a series of operational consequences. They require constant over-explanation, continuous reassurance, and endless custom modifications to your standard process. Every unbilled modification artificially inflates your workload. You spend hours adjusting the deliverables, which drives up your time commitment without generating a parallel increase in revenue. Working intensely on the wrong tasks for the wrong people is the literal definition of burnout. To stop this cycle, we have to reset your messaging. Take out your notepad. We are going to draft 3 specific variables to dismantle this operational friction. Looking at this blank list, the first variable is who I serve. You need to identify the precise demographic that urgently requires your intervention. A warning here: do not use broad, generalized categories. Everyone is not a demographic. Write down a specific type of person or business. The second variable is the exact pre-existing pain point this client possesses before they even meet you. Define what is actively bothering them. The third variable is isolating the concrete, measurable outcome the client receives upon completion of your work. What exact result are they holding in their hands at the end? Now, review your 3 written answers and completely strip out any complex industry jargon. Keep the language entirely plain. Forcing these strict constraints on your writing is the exact mechanism that transforms a vague idea into an aggressive, low-friction business filter. Next, synthesize your 3 drafted variables into a single, cohesive, front-facing statement. Deploy this new statement immediately. Put it at the top of your landing pages. Use it to open your initial sales calls and center it in your marketing collateral. This split screen compares the metrics of your old reality against the newly constructed low-friction model. When you deploy this clear statement, it acts as a filter. Ideal clients recognize they're in the right place and commit faster. Incompatible demographics are repelled before they ever demand your attention. By letting the messaging framework do the heavy lifting up front, your client acquisition requires significantly less energy and produces higher alignment across the board. A business model requiring constant, exhaustive effort merely to maintain equilibrium has a structural flaw. Removing that friction transforms a daily struggle into a streamlined operation. You start achieving superior results with minimal strain. Taking this baseline clarity and applying it to your overarching business structures and complex offers is the next necessary step. This is the exact methodology Josh Hull specializes in. To learn the practical implementation of these structural frameworks, you should attend the Business Built Limitless Summit. Systematically eliminating ambiguity is the single fastest route to engineering a limitless, sustainable business model.